Dear students, so let me start Act 3 Scene 2 and let me discuss it, and I believe that will help you a lot if your exam is going to be held in objective form. Here some things are going around, there are some things which are being buzzed about here. Now remember one thing, it is written that your exam is going to be held in objective mode. Now that objective mode doesn't necessary that you will have all the MCQ questions. They might also ask you to write down the answers of some SAQ, short answer type questions, and you might have to write those answers and scan the pages and send it to a particular link, or school in turn will send the link to the board, whatever it is. There is that kind of possibility also. So please be careful that it might not be 4 answer choices and one you have to choose. It is better not, because once the 4 answers are there, there is a greater possibility that you might choose the wrong, because at least 2 answers will be very close. So it is better if it is arranged in a SAQ, I mean short answer type questions, and you have to write down the answers, then take the snapshot and make a PDF and send it to a particular email ID. That would be better, but let's hope for the best. I don't know how they are going to arrange it. If it is MCQ, though it is not specifically told in the announcement that it is going to be an MCQ, they told objective. Objective means so many things. It covers a large area. So you better be prepared for both the options, okay? Whether you have to write down in one sentence or you have to choose the correct one. Whichever is there, remember one thing, that whenever the questions are coming 1 marks like that, and only one scene is there, one act is there with 5 scenes, which means there is a greater possibility and greater chance that minute questions from between the lines come. I told you it earlier too. So it is better you revise your texts, you peruse your text, and don't leave anything, don't leave a single stone unturned, okay? That's my advice for you. So Act 3 Scene 2 begins with Portia's speech. I pray you tarry. That tarry will again be reiterated in Act 4, where Portia will tell the same word, use the same word, tarry a Jew, tarry a bit, tarry a little Jew. And here the same word is being used with Bassanio too. Why? Occasions, these are different. Portia is telling the same thing here, tarry, wait for some day, pause a day or two before you hazard. Remember that hazard is a very significant term, because that particular word was engraved upon the laden casket. Okay, so that hazard. Here hazard means completely different things. Hazard means to take part in the game of casket. Remember, question will come. What do you mean by hazard? Before you hazard is used here as a verb. As a verb means before you take part in the game of casket, before you just play a gamble with your fortune, and of course mine too, you wait here a day or two. For in choosing wrong, I lose your company. Yes, if you choose wrong, right then you will have to vacate this place. You will have to leave Belmore for good, and you will have to shun all the hope. You have to ampute all the hopes of having me by your side as your wife, and I will have to burn all my hopes too, all my desires too. So in case you choose wrong, you will have to leave the place. Therefore, forbear a while, forbear, tolerate, wait a bit for some time. There's something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you. In me there is something, there is a voice, there is a hope. Somehow it is engendered inside me, but I don't know what it is. Though it is not love, but there is a practical, pragmatic sense which is telling me There is an intuition that is hinting me at your chance to choose the correct one. And there is a great chance for you that you can choose the correct one. And you know yourself, to be very honest, hate counsels not in such quality. Though it is not my love, neither is it my hate, but something else. It is my pragmatic quality which is telling me that it is very much feasible for you and a person like you to choose the correct one because you are a very clever boy. But lest you should not understand me well, means so that you do not misunderstood me. And yet a maiden hath no tongue but thought. Tongue and thought both are used as metonymy. Here tongue for word, thought for wish. So a maiden hath no tongue means an unmarried girl cannot express what she is feeling, her thought, her wish. She cannot express it explicitly. That was the custom of 16th century society, that women, they were behind certain limits. So being a maiden, I have little scope and little opportunity to express what I feel for you, Bassanio. And because I cannot do it, I would detain you here some month or two. See, in the beginning she said that I am going to detain you for a day or two. Now she is telling some month or two before you venture for me. I could teach you how to choose right. Yes, I could teach you. Imaginary conditional clause, which is imaginary. I could teach you, means there was a chance that I could teach you. But then I am foresown, but I have promised to my father in his deathbed. So will I never be. That's why I cannot do it. I cannot help you to choose the correct one. So may you miss me. Here may means should, if, conditional, if you miss me. There is a chance that you can miss me. In that case, but if you do, you will make me wish a sin. If you really want me to do it, then I have to commit a sin. What sin? That I have to go beyond my promise. I have to nullify my promise which I made to my father in his deathbed, and that is a sin, being a daughter. That I have been foresown. Bestow your eyes, Bassanio, do not look at me. They have overlooked me and divided me. Yes, your eyes have seen through me. What is inside my heart, what I wish. The moment you look at me, I believe you know it. How much I love you, how much I crave for you. One half of me is yours, of course, and the other half yours. Why? Because mine own, I would say, but if mine, then yours. Means whatever this whole Portia is here for you. Portia is commodifying herself. Portia is commodifying herself as if she is an article and Bassanio is the owner of it. And so all yours. Oh, these naughty times means worthless time. Why? Because it puts bars between the owner and their rights. I am the commodity, you have right over me because you are the owner of that commodity. But still, the time is so fragile, the time is so weak, so worthless, that even though you are the owner, you cannot grab your commodity. That is me, Portia, because there is a bar. What is the bar? That is the bar of promise, which I had made to my father. Prove it so. Now, you have to prove that I am yours. By what? How is Bassanio supposed to prove? Prove it so. So means that you prove that I am your commodity, you are the owner of that commodity. And how are you supposed to prove it? By choosing the correct casket. Let fortune go to hell for it. No, I am not depending on fortune, because fortune, the goddess of fortune, is presented as blindfolded. So the blessings might fall on anyone. That was told by Prince of Morocco also. that by chance even Hercules' servant might defeat him in the game of a gamble. Then who will be great? Is it Hercules or his Lycus, his servant? That is why Portia is telling that I am not relying on the on fortune. Fortune go to hell. I speak too long, but it is to please the time. I'm just straining the time. I'm just trying to make the time, to illustrate the time. Why she is doing so? The time Bassanio is standing here and Bassanio is taking part in the game of cascade, this is the time which I want to strain. Because the more I can have you here, the more I can have assurance that you are with me. Once you are there in the play, on the ground, I don't know whether you will return or not. As if taking part in the game of cascade is equivalent to getting into the field and fight with the gladiators. So I don't know whether he will come back or not. That's how that game is being compared here. But to eke it, to illustrate it, to prolong it, and to draw it out in length, yes, to prolong it, to stay you from election, from choosing. You are here to elect which one contains mine own portrait. So that's how Portia is telling that I wish I could have told you where I am confined, my portrait is confined. Because God knows how much I want you, and God also knows that how little I have chance here. Because anyone, whether it is a monkey or any person or whoever it is, if that person or that monkey is choosing the correct one, I have to spend the rest of my life with that monkey. So now you save me. Bassanio, you have to come forward, fight with destiny, and secure me, save me. That's how Portia is expressing her wish, her crave for Bassanio. So that's all for today, students. We will meet again. Please keep on reading this thing very carefully. Let's call it a day.